Hello everyone, my name is TRITON. Welcome back to another Vidman video. Today we are going to be doing something very exciting, something that I've wanted to do for a while. We will be drawing my customized version of the Pathfinder Undine race, but these customizations can also work for the Water Genasi race in Dungeons & Dragons. Now for you guys, if you guys can think of a better race that these changes and additions can work for on a different Dungeons & Dragons race, please let me know down below so that other people can make those changes if they would like, because I am not as well versed in Dungeons & Dragons as I am in Pathfinder. Now, if any of you guys have played Pathfinder before, you guys know that the Undine race is fairly simple. They have normal hair and a normal human-like body. They don't really have that many distinguishing features for their race. Now in some cases this can be really great, but for me I think it's not that awesome, because in Dungeons & Dragons and Pathfinder you want to be able to play something new, something that you haven't really played before. And that's why I've made these customizations and these changes to what I believe that these races should look like. Now, of course, these changes aren't for everyone. If you wouldn't want to do these, you can always play the originals. But I am actually really happy with the changes that I've made and how I've made them into something very original, something very unique, something that they can say, this is what an Undine looks like. This is the originality that they bring to the table, because I think that's really important. Now, of course, with elves, you have the normal human features, but that's the thing. With a lot of other races, they already have so many races that are very, very human-like. And I wanted the Undine to be something different, something that people really don't see that often. So, as you guys can see, I have a small flap of skin. Is really hard to describe what exactly is going on, but on the head there is a part that goes from their nose over to their tentacles. Yes, they have tentacles. This is a very fun part of this race, and I've play tested these customizations for over the past, I think, 6 months now, and it has been so much fun. Now with these tentacles, they are able to move. Now, they are only able to pick up very, very light objects, as they're not incredibly strong. They are very thin and not really muscly, so they're not able to pick up very heavy objects, but it is very fun having them braid when they're getting nervous, or having them wrap around someone's arm when they're putting their hand on the back of their head, or something like that. It's really enjoyable and it's really fun, because the people don't, at least in our world, Undine are very, very rare, so not many people know what Undine can do. And so it makes for a lot of fun RP, or roleplay, and really is enjoyable to kind of see the different things that you're able to do with these different features. Now, this is one of the parts that I really enjoy with these. I really enjoy these characters with black eyes. There's just something about it that makes it very mysterious, but also kind of adorable at the same time. It's kind of confusing, but really, really fun, and that's one thing that I really wanted to have with this race. As Undine are able to see in the dark, I thought that that would be a really great way of showing that they're able to do that. Now, the next part that I'm going to be drawing, or attempting to draw, is going to be the neck. Now, of course, being that the Undine and the Water Genasi are water creatures, they live underwater usually, at least for the Undine. The Genasi, I believe, are basically just born from genies and humans, but they are able to breathe underwater, so you have to have a reason for them being able to do that. So of course the Undine have gills. And this is also a really great way of doing roleplay for these characters, as one of my favorite parts of my character in the entire campaign is when he was very first introduced. Now, for a lot of the characters in the campaign, actually I think all of them, this was the very first time that they had ever met an Undine. So seeing these gills on their neck was very interesting. And one of the characters, his name is Fezzik, who is a goblin rogue and is a bit mischievous. He ended up giving my character a bottle of air. I don't exactly remember why, but Triu, my character, my Undine, put the bottle of air in his mouth, and his gills ended up having this kind of deflating balloon sound as the air went through them. It was just a really fun way of accenting that role play, and was a really great way of kind of bringing out laughter in the rest of the party, which was a lot of fun. Now, of course, to not stray away from the Undine design too much, they have to have that human-like figure, as usually Pathfinder and Dungeons and Dragons races are, I think it's bipedal, so they're able to walk on two legs, which I wanted to be able to have Triu do that. I didn't want him to have to walk on four legs or have to drag a tail around like a merfolk would. So it has a basic human-like figure, but the overall details of the character are very different. Now, as you probably noticed a moment ago, I started drawing a kind of area around from his neck around his stomach that is actually going to be a devout of color later. Now, later on in this video, my video does cut out, but I will show you guys some video of finished pictures that I'm actually really proud of. This picture didn't turn out great after the coloring phase, so I'm actually really glad that the video cut out. But these little patches of different color are really great for having customization with this character. Now, normally Undine have these patches of white, but surrounding them are a darker color, and then their skin is normally a lighter version of that color. Now, for my character, he has a bit of a dark backstory. He has a bit of a inner turmoil. So I wanted that to show in his character. So with that, he has a light blue for his normal skin, and then around the white patches is a black, which I think is very, very interesting and really draws you into the design. And I really enjoy that about my character. It really gives me a way of customizing this race. And with the other characters that are in his backstory, I'm able to tell what character that I'm thinking about and what character that he's able to interact with based on the color that I give them, whether it's green or pink or blue. That is one thing that I really wanted for this race, is to be very, very customizable. I wanted for this customized version of this race, I wanted it to be very, very customizable and something that you can really just put your entire characteristic into. Now, for their hands, I wanted them to be webbed. Of course, what is more fun than having a character with webbed fingers? Now, sometimes this has been kind of an interesting thing when they're trying to hold hands with somebody or trying to put on some normal gloves or something like that. So I decided to make the webbing in their fingers retractable. Now, this doesn't happen all the time because it can be very uncomfortable for them to have that webbing retracted, as it's not normal for them, as my version of the race does live underwater. Now, while I'm drawing this part, that's not really important, I wanted to talk to you guys kind of about the culture that I've put around these Undine. Now, of course, if you're doing this, you have all the freedom in the world to make your own culture for them. I wanted it to be very open to what you're able to make. As I said, very customizable. But in my game, I kind of based them around I wanted it to be very kind of African culture. Now, it's very loosely based on that. It's more based on like island culture, but the language that I used for the Undine language, which I wanted as an accent for my character, was actually Swahili, which has been so much fun, and it's been really cool to be able to actually learn a language for this character. His voice is also very loosely based off of kind of Wakandan from the Black Panther. So it talks a lot like this. Hello, my name is Triubonti. And so that is a lot of fun, and it really gets me into character. Now, as you guys can see with his legs, the reason why I put kind of a Speedo on him is because I really wanted you guys to be able to see the detail. With his legs, there are those same patches, but they also have quite muscular legs, as they have to be able to swim a lot. With their feet, this is kind of interesting. I wanted them to be able to have kind of larger feet. It's kind of a strange way of saying it, but I don't know why. I just really saw them as having kind of a bit bigger feet, kind of like maybe size 14. And it gives them a bit more of a kick when they're swimming. It helps them to swim faster, and that's why you have that 60 feet of swim speed. Wow, 60 feet of swim speed. And of course, their toes are also webbed. Now it's just so much fun creating your own design for these characters, and I really want to encourage you guys to be able to do that as well. It's been just so much fun trying to figure out the culture and just how they interact with the outside world. It's so interesting seeing the intricacies that you're able to put into your game, and the different accents that you're able to put in, the role-playing aspects that you're able to detail through these different customizations. And it's just so much fun, and I really want to encourage you guys to do the same for what you enjoy, the different races that you love. So this is pretty much where my footage cuts out, but I will be showing you guys the different pictures that I have made of Triu up until now. So here you guys go. These are my pieces of Triu and the party. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, be sure to leave a big ol' fat like down below. And also, if you guys would like to see more of these videos, or if you guys would like to see more of my other videos, be sure to subscribe, because I will be doing more of these, such as one that I'm planning on doing later on. I will be doing a series of videos based around each of my Pathfinder and Dungeons & Dragons characters. I won't be doing a series based around each of them, probably, but I will be doing a video of each of them and their backstories, of them actually telling you guys their backstories. So I'm really excited about that. If you guys would like to see me try to customize any other of the races in Dungeons & Dragons or Pathfinder, or if you guys would like to see me even try to make a custom version of any of the monsters that are in the Dungeons & Dragons and Pathfinder's world, I suppose is the right word for it, then please let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Guys, if you enjoyed it, please feel free to share this video. Thank you guys. I will catch you all later. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.